In the previous episode, we could see that the Rangers had to face the monsters created by Finster, which started as humans and then transformed into horrible beasts with animal combinations. Although the Rangers managed to catch Finster, he had sent several of these fake humans to different parts of the world, and now they began to transform. In Spain, there is a man walking quietly down the street, and all around there are many people as they are in a very populated city. Suddenly, this man says that the time has come for them to meet his nightmare, and he starts to transform into a horrible monster that is a combination between a sloth and a bear. These combinations between animals are very important, as this may depend on the powers and attacks used by the beast. The new monster begins to destroy the entire city, and people try to run for their lives. In a coffee shop in Angel Grove is Kimberly having breakfast with her father, and she tells him that she senses something is going on, as it doesn't seem like a casual breakfast. Her father confesses to her that this is true and that he simply wanted to meet with her to give her the good news that he is marrying his new bride. In past stories we had already seen that Kimberly's parents had a lot of marital problems and were always fighting, so apparently, they were already divorced. Kimberly didn't take the news about her father's remarriage very well, and even though she told him that she was happy, she doesn't really seem to be. At the same place Tommy shows up, and Kimberly's father understands that there is some kind of relationship between Tommy and Kimberly. Because of this, he invites Tommy to sit with them, but it is noticed that Tommy is a little shy. This is why Tommy declines Mr. Hart's invitation, and at that moment, Tommy and Kimberly's communicators ring, but Kim's father thinks it's cute that their watches sound the same. Earlier, Billy and Tommy had spent several days on Draken's world, and their parents thought they were lost. When the Rangers returned from that other dimension, they teleported under a place to make people think they were trapped all those days, and the firemen were able to get them out. All that rescue had been recorded on video, and now Billy's mother is watching that video again as she can't stop remembering that horrible moment. Because of this, she is excessively worried about Billy and always gets nervous when he has to leave for somewhere. In this occasion, Billy had to go out to exercise with Trini, and after having told her everything that is happening with his mother, Trini tells him that it is quite normal after he is supposed to have been lost for several days. Billy hopes that his parents can relax as he is feeling a bit pressured, but at that moment their communicators ring. Kimberly, Tommy, Billy, and Trini teleport to Spain, where the new monster was and where Jason and Zach were already there. Jason warns the Rangers that this monster started out as a human and then transformed, but there is another monster somewhere else. Billy asks about the whereabouts of the other monster, and Alpha tells him it's in Toronto, so Jason asks Tommy, Kimberly, and Trini to take care of it. They quickly teleport to Toronto, but this new monster greets them with an electric shock. This new monster has parts of a raven and parts of an electrical system, but the worst part is that Finster had already warned him that someday the Rangers would arrive. In Spain, the other Rangers begin the battle with the other monster, but they quickly begin to see what the powers of this beast are. The first attack is when the monster launches a car at them, but the Rangers are almost unable to dodge it because for some reason the monster takes away their speed. The monster had been launching an attack that made the Rangers super slow, so if they can't move, then they can't dodge the blows. The beast takes advantage of this opportunity, and after hitting the Rangers hard, it starts throwing things at the civilians that were around that place. In Toronto, the other Rangers continue to fight against the Crow, but they quickly realize that this monster is very powerful as no attack works. In Spain, the Rangers keep trying to attack the Sloth, but they are so slow in their movements that the monster can move their bodies as it wants. Because of this, Jason tries to attack with his sword, but the monster moves Jason's body close to Zack so that the sword is stuck in the Black Ranger's neck. Fortunately, Billy blasts Zack with the blaster so he can move them and then apologizes to both of them for doing that. Apparently, Zack's blaster shot worked for him as he now has a great idea and asks the other Rangers who are in Toronto to tell him when the Raven starts charging up with energy. Kimberly informs him that right now it is starting to charge so impressively that it looks like it will try to destroy the entire city. Since the Rangers in Spain can't move fast, Zack's idea was to teleport behind the monster to hold it down and then teleport back to Toronto along with the monster. This way all the electric attack of the crow was received by the sloth, and due to this great attack, the monster explodes. Now there is only one left, and all the Rangers gather with their weapons to attack it. Because the crow launched a very powerful attack, it now needs to recharge again, and the Rangers take this opportunity to attack it all together. In this manner they destroy the Raven, and now both cities are safe thanks to the Power Rangers. At the command center, the Rangers start interrogating Finster and ask him about how many monsters there are. Finster only goes on to say that even he doesn't know how many there are, as he spent a long time creating many of these fake humans and now, they are everywhere. Trini asks him if he has any way of tracking them to know when they will transform, but Finster says he doesn't know anything since it's a decided lack of control, and that's why this is art, because it's chaotically random. Obviously, the Rangers don't agree that this is art, but Finster says that everyone has their own point of view since art is subjective. In addition to this, he also tells them that they are going to have many opportunities to see for themselves, as today was only the beginning. After this interrogation, all the Rangers are reunited and Kimberly asks Saba how long until Zordon returns, but unfortunately, Saba replies that it will still take several days. Jason asks Billy if there will be any way to track these monsters, but he replies that they can only track them after they turn into beasts. Zack is still very persistent and tells Jason that they both know who is the right person who could help in this situation, but Jason is adamant that he doesn't want to involve civilians in this. Just then the alarm sounds due to someone being near the command center, and the Rangers can't believe what they are seeing. The person standing at the entrance is Grace Sterling, the owner of Promethea, and she tells the Rangers that there is no time, so they must open up fast. The Rangers teleport out of the command center with their helmets on, so she doesn't recognize them, but Grace says something more impressive, and that is that she says she needs to talk to Zordon. The Rangers don't understand what's going on, they don't know how she knows Zordon, and how she knows about this place. On top of this, she greets Alpha as if they have been friends for a long time and tells the Rangers that she knows everything for a simple reason. Jason asks her for that simple reason, and Grace replies that she was the Red Ranger.